All right, hello, Idiots on Parade, the too ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am stand-up comedian Nathan Timmel in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Fevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is sort of well here. If anybody tunes in accidentally, we don't have anybody yet because I was unable to promote this all day. Every time I clicked create a post, it would take me to, I could pull it up and read it right now, but it would just say, this page is not available. So I asked AI if YouTube took that feature away, and it said, nope, it's still there. And so I've been trying to find it, but
dude, AI is garbage. All right.
It is.
Not to step on you. Is
no,
that where
it
we're
is.
Going with that? Okay. Because I have a story about AI shitting the bed on me this week.
AI tells me, it says, all you have to do is click on the community tab. And I'm like, I don't think that's right. So I click on community. It's like, no, that takes me to the comments on my videos. And then it goes, yeah, you're right. That's wrong. Try this. And I'm like, okay, now you're just guessing. But yeah, AI is only as good as the information it receives, and it receives bad information. Ooh,
it turns out there's a ton of bad information.
Yeah.
For example, I had mentioned before we started the show, I got a new router, right?
Yes.
Well, our router shit the bed. That's why we're recording late, and it's a whole ordeal. But late at night, I was texting with Verizon's AI customer service, and
that's not AI. That's a chatbot. There's a difference between AI and a chatbot, and chatbots are designed to just be horrible.
Dude, it took control of my phone so I could show them the router like on the video, and it was drawing lines. I'm like, this is kind of cool. So it says, here's some Verizon stores you can go to. I'm like, these seem kind of far. I'm going to Google it. Hey, will this one work? You know, because I found one that was closer, and they were like, yeah, absolutely, said the robot. And so then they send me a confirmation number. That's the other address. And the chat even said in the thing, like, hey, it says this address, but you can still take it to the other one. So I'm like, okay, robot, you're probably correct. So I drive to that one, and they're like, yeah, we don't even have routers here. It's just phones at this whole store. So I go to the one they gave me, you know, like that was on the actual confirmation thing that they said in the first place. Because again, this was an address I Googled and suggested to them, and the robot was like, yes, this will work. And I'm like, okay, fucking robot. So I go there again. They don't have routers. I go to the actual one from the confirmation one, going, well, this will be a surefire thing. No, they were like, we do have routers normally, but we're out. And I'm like, son of a bitch. You think if there was one thing, a robot, an AI thing would be able to check, it is which
inventory
of our stores has
inventory,
has
just
routers.
a spreadsheet.
Yeah. It couldn't even check. Not only could it check, could it not check, do they have any in stock? They couldn't even check, like, does this store sell them? So I'm like, dude, if I'm John Connor, I got an easy fucking job with these robots so far. I mean, this is like a learning disabled Terminator. I'll be somewhere. Like it's a dumbass robot at this point.
I'm working on a project. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I will tell you this. I needed AI to help me, and I kept fighting with it because I would say, I need this specifically as a jumping off point so I can take over. And it would say, all right, here you go. And I'm like, that's not even close to what I asked for. And I was using the paid, not the free. I'm using the paid upgrade, awesome AI. And the long story short is it took me a full day working with AI and asking if I said I needed 5,000, it would give me 500. So if I needed 1,000, I would ask for 5,000. I'm being very vague because I'm not telling what I'm working on. But the whole point is, I had to ask above and beyond to get below what I needed, and then I would bump it up and build it. And now I have templates that I can work with. But that's the
artificial intelligence, my ass. It's artificial learning disabilities. I'm telling you right now, this fucking shit sucks. I'm going to make a prediction. I think a lot of these companies are wasting a lot of money on this stuff, and the guys in the suits spending all the money developing this AI are all going to get shit canned. Now, I could be dead wrong on this. You know what I mean? Because it's newer technology, and look what happened. Look what phones were 20 years ago. They were punch button things, and now it does everything. You know,
including AI.
Now, if you would have described what a smartphone does to me 20 years ago, I'd be like, you live in science fiction land. The people on Star Trek couldn't even have fucking dreamed that up, you know?
You're telling me I can have porn in the palm of my hand? Liar. I call you liar.
That's right. That's right. And they still have porn magazines at bodegas and gas stations. Sometimes I'll go in there and I'll be like, who's reading these? If I ever see a guy reading one of those, just browsing the Hustler magazine, I'm just going to show him Pornhub on my phone and watch him go, oh my God, I've been frozen in carbonite since 1997. What is this magical device?
No. If you find someone, just tackle them, get them to sign a waiver, and we're going to film a documentary about people who still look at porn magazines. That's going to be our thing. We're going to make a documentary on these people.
But they got to be.
Ultras in the chat.
Porn.
Tired of liars showed up. What you guys missed up front is the fact that Jake had router problems, so we couldn't record the other day. And yeah, and I'm having YouTube problems, so I couldn't put out notices saying, "Hey, we're going live on Sunday night." It's just sort of. This is when we're able to record. Yeah,
dude, AI stupid, and it might get better. Who knows? Maybe it's in the flip phone stages and it'll be smartphone stages 10 years from now. But as of right now, this AI is looking like a 90s tit jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like completely round spheres, all wall-eyed, the nipples and whatnot. Maybe it'll get like 2025 tit jobs eventually. But right now, I'm staring at some 1990s tit jobs when I look at this AI.
Whenever I get an AI chatbot, I literally go, it says, what can I help you with? And it'll take the options. I'll click other, and I'll just say representative, represent. I ignore all the props and just ask for a representative. That's what I do every time.
Dude, all right. So
I get someone that can't help me anyway, because I've spent hours online with Google Ads once, and man, that was an experience. Those are some of the dumbest fucking people on the planet.
I downloaded ChatGPT just coincidentally today. I haven't used it yet. I did ask it one question: "What am I all about?" And it just kind of gave me some philosophical, some Buddhist bullshit, some vague, just nothingness. I'm going to ask it right now if Epstein killed himself, and just see what it says.
Did you hear what happened? Speaking of AI, with Elon this past week, did you hear about Elon?
Did he come out of the closet as a robot? Is he AI?
He released AI. I think it's a thing called Gronk, and people were asking it questions about like who spreads the most misinformation out there, and it was saying he was the worst. It was saying that the people would ask it who's more violent, Republicans or Democrats, and it would say Republicans. Sure. What happened on January 6th, and it would give honest answers, and it said one of the biggest spreaders of misinformation is Elon Musk. So Elon said, it's getting false narratives from the liberal media. I'm going to reprogram it. And then it started spewing the Nazi talking points.
Yes, Nazi. I didn't realize that's what started it, though, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't like the fact that it was too woke. His own AI was woke. So now it's spewing Nazi shit. So that's where it's at, is like, if it's honest, it's woke. And yeah.
I ask you political questions, and it just starts
Rich
going,
is here. Hi, Rich. Paul's here.
Versailles was a shit deal for Germany. I know the people who are really responsible. I'm like, bro, I was
Todd is here.
I was asking you about January 6th. What is this?
Shit, we should maybe we should start doing Sunday nights. But yeah, we had router problems.
GPT's compromised. Look at that. You can't really read it. The widely acceptable conclusion is that Jeffrey Epstein did die by suicide, and there was no credible evidence supporting homicide. You see that, people? Huh? The one bipartisan thing that the Trump and Biden administration are hand in hand on is that Jeffrey Epstein acted alone and he killed himself. And ChatGPT's backing it up, and I fucking believe him. Sometimes innocent dudes get sad. Okay, sometimes innocent dudes take themselves out. What are you, some tin hat wearing motherfucker? Like, no. He killed himself. I won't hear any of these wild conspiracies.
Two things.
We need to free Ghislaine Maxwell, all right?
I have a buddy that is hardcore conspiracy theory dipshit MAGA, and he flipped a switch. It was so funny to watch. He went from, release the list, Epstein, Biden cover up, blah, 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 to the instant that Trump said there's no list. He's like, yeah, why does everybody say it's a conspiracy? There's no list. What do you think happened? Like, just no critical thinking skills. Just as the cult goes, so does he.
See, okay, I think there's a pendulum with people, and conspiracy theories, right?
Okay.
On one side is the wild conspiracy theorists that'll believe everything. You know what I mean?
My buddy fully believes in chemtrails and
right.
vaccines and all that. Like he believes in chemtrails, and it's like, dude, the sheer number of people that would have to be bribed to cover that up makes it logistically impossible.
And I'll tell you a good way to rule it out right now. You got to ask yourself the question, does it affect rich people? Okay. If you're going to sit here and tell me that Arby's roast beef sandwiches causes autism or cancer or something, I'm going to need some evidence, but like, all right, I'll at least hear you out. If you sit there and go, oh, the same planes that are flying over the Hamptons are the ones doing all this. Like, nah, because the people who would be putting all that shit in there are now breathing it in. So I out right away. Out. I'm in Manhattan every
unless
day.
They took the vaccine first. Unless they took the chemtrail vaccine that they created before spraying us.
Now the Illuminati knows not to take vaccines. All right,
but they created this one. It's their own. It's their own vaccine.
I believe in the vaccines of the 1%.
Yeah.
So
anyway, on one extreme is like the people that will believe in chemtrails and 9/11 was done by explosives, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And on the other extreme is the people who are like, yeah, dude, I don't think anything weird was going on with Epstein. I think he killed himself and the guards just fell asleep and the cameras broke. I mean, in like a very up-to-date, high security kind of thing where like the most valuable witnesses and the most dangerous criminals that was able to go on there. And like the media is not talking about any of his contacts. They're not releasing any of the videos, but fine. I still believe the government on this. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy in the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd have to be a fucking idiot to believe that both the Biden and the Trump administrations are not covering people up.
Rich, I live in a state that didn't want solar farms because it would diminish the sunshine they were getting.
They're going to put all the suns in them little black boxes.
Oh, that's beautiful. Paul, does your wife really believe in chemtrail? I mean, seriously. Awesome, but yeah, I love that it's Elon Musk has been pushing for the list again, tweeting, and it's like, motherfucker, if you say there's a list, now does he still believe Trump is on it? Because then again, that means he supported actively a pedophile for president. Right. Or did he suddenly...
Here's the thing. I don't even think necessarily Trump's on it or that he was doing this or that. I think there's... Because honestly, I don't think Trump would have been making as much noise about this if he was really banging kids with this guy. I think he would not have mentioned this guy at all.
Yeah.
I think he would be saying exactly what are the Clintons saying about Epstein again? Oh, yeah, here, they're saying this. Nothing, right? That's what he would be saying, would have been saying about him the whole time, right? What I think happened is he got elected and he actually saw some of the people on the videos, some of the names and the flight logs and all that, and was like, oh, this is like all my donors. I think what happened, I think the people that really run the FBI, the second he was elected, just like the old classic Bill Hicks bit, I think they showed him the camera footage from that prison, and he saw SEAL Team 6 choking a man with his own bed sheets and looking at the camera and going, shh. That's what I think fucking happened.
I don't know what happened. That's the stance I take. I'm the third group of person that's like, whatever happens, all I can do is fucking talk about it and nothing else. Ooh, he committed suicide. Oh, no, he was killed. In the end, my voice means absolutely fucking nothing. Look, so honestly, what does it matter? The
suicide part isn't even really the important part, because you're right in that there's a lot of people who wanted the guy dead that are powerful. None, I would argue, none more so than himself. Because if you think about what a step backwards going to prison for the rest of your life for kid fucking, like that's a rough one to be in prison for. They hate the pedophiles there, right? Yeah. So you're going from I'm so rich I own my own pedophile island to I'm inmate number 456. What's my number? You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, that's a hell of a step back. I would want to kill myself if I was that guy too. That said, the thing with the guards were asleep. Oh, the camera footage was broken. Like this isn't some county jail.
Hey now, but remember, there's a minute missing from every video because of that glitch.
Right? Like, what are you talking about?
And even
Not...
someone just set it up here. I missed it. There was a comment. I can't find it right now. That's right there. Tired of Liars says the release video, the metadata says that it has been edited with, that it's been messed with. I was like, I don't know how, I don't follow, but yeah, it's. They don't just have a glitch for 1 minute every night. That then again, it is a government program. So maybe
like I would buy it if it was some small county jail in Kentucky. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. It's the facility where they send El Chapo. You know what I mean? Like this isn't just some small shitty thing where they would let something like that take place. And more importantly, let's say the guy did kill himself. Fine. Who's on those fucking videos? You know what I mean? Like why isn't the media asking to talk to, I don't know, Ghislaine Maxwell? She now is the most valuable witness in arguably ever next to Epstein. So why isn't the media talking to her? Why isn't she being offered, I don't know, a plea bargain of some kind to talk about some of the people that she was taking to Fuck Island? Oh, is it because everybody in the the mainstream media's boss has connections to people that are on that fucking list? So are either on the list themselves or like a lot of their buddies that they're in bed with business wise. You know what I mean? Like they're on the list.
Or they're opportunists. They're I missed it. I can't think of the names right now, but there was someone that the prosecutor in Florida 10 years ago.
Yeah,
who
that's right.
Then Trump gave him an appointment. It's like you keep your mouth shut, you move forward.
Alexander Acosta, I think something like that. It was, but yeah, he was told by the federal government to give him a sweetheart deal because he belongs to intelligence. That was the man's quote, you know. And
it's kind of like the I'm drawing a blank on his name, the guy that Tom Cruise portrayed in American Made, the Ollie North drug runner that was part of the whole Iran-Contra thing. And that
I don't know that I saw that one.
Oh, it's actually really good. It's when Tom Cruise when he's acting, when he's not being an action star. And I like him as an action
Tom
star.
Cruise, man.
He's a good actor too.
Right. Oh yeah. He's been in some bangers, man. It's one of those things where it's like, the media is not talking about it. I just think that like both sides have so many connections that are, because like if you think about the president, right? It's a job that pays like, I don't know, $500,000 a year, something like that. 400,000. It pays 400,000 a year, and it cost about $250 million to get elected, right? You crunch the numbers on that, and these people, we have systematically set these people up to be bribed, right? So a lot of the backers are on this thing, and I'm not even saying they necessarily knew what the hell was going on. Some of them, I'll bet, were like sleeping with really, really young kids, but like I'll bet there was a lot who it was like a Tracy Lords kind of situation where it's like, hey, this 20-year-old, and then it's like, oh, she's 15 and I got you on camera, that kind of shit, you know?
Not even that. Even if it wasn't that, even if it was, it's still just Fuck Island. The fact that a lot of them were minors makes it 1,000 times worse. But I'm sure there were hired girls and just drugged that were of age. I mean, it's shady. However you look at it, the pedophile aspect just makes it 1,000 million times worse.
He was using it to compromise people. It's so you might not, because most people are not going to be into I'm going to sleep with somebody underage or whatever. But they might be like, oh, she's 19, but she just looks a little. And so after you sleep with the girl who said she was 19, and then old Jeffy or the CIA comes in or whatever, and it's like, actually, she's about half a decade younger than we said. It's a Tracy Lords situation. She looks a little older, you know. And I'm gonna leak this footage unless you play ball on this budget bill that's coming up. You know what I mean? I think there was a lot of that going on. But it's like, okay, well, where are these tapes? You know, they clearly have them. Cash Patel said on Rogan that he has these tapes. He goes, but I don't want to release them because I don't want to hurt the victims again. It's like, dummy, crop out the kids. I don't want to see the kids. What do you, like, blur them out, crop them out? I want to know the dudes in the video. I don't even want to see the video. Just tell me who the fuck is on there and prosecute them. Do your fucking job.
There's this movie from the 1980s called, I don't know, Blade Runner Enhanced.
Yes.
Enhanced. So you could take a screenshot and crop out the minor and just show the person. You don't even need to show the video. You could take a screenshot and show the person.
Well, I think Pam Bondi was in the middle of doing that, but when she opened up the file on her desk and started doing the cropping, she was like, "Hey, what's this red dot on my chest? Oh my God!" Every time, what the hell?
If there's one good thing that's come out of this, though, I mean, if there's one really good thing, it's one of the articles I sent you. Alex Jones breaks down in tears after Department of Justice FBI release Epstein memo finding no evidence of a client list. Quote, "It tears my guts out." And my favorite part about this is it's not an Alex Jones ranting on InfoWars. It's like any other TikToker. It's Alex Jones in his car just crying because he put so much stock in this. He
put hashtag heartbroken. He's using hashtags and everything. He had little cry emojis, the whole thing. I mean, yeah, the thing is see, it's like here's the thing about Alex Jones, the Epstein stuff is he's for years been saying, well, I support Donald Trump, and the reason is because there's all these people in government who are covering up for billionaire pedophiles, and they're lizard people and all this. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. What the only part I don't get is where he thought Trump wasn't one of those people. You know what I mean? Like, bro, he's totally that guy. He has bragged about going into dressing rooms of underage beauty pageant contestants. How much more smoke do you need?
Yep. Oh, we got new. Let hit it. I love how they say if Trump was on it, they would have made it public. I say no matter. They would. Yeah, they're saying Biden. Someone said Biden would have released it to prevent Trump from being president.
No, because just like I said, I'm not excusing Biden in this. I was doing a joke about Trump releasing the redacted Epstein list, which is the same as totally not releasing the Epstein list. Like, why would you even do that? I was doing a bit on that on the road a little while back, and a lady was like, "Yeah, well, the Biden administration didn't release the Epstein list," and I can explain that. That's simply because Joe Biden is a senile piece of shit who also covers up for billionaire pedophiles. Do you see how easy that is, Trump fans? I don't, because the thing is you can support a guy's policy, but not totally simp for him and buy a flag in your yard with his name on it, get his name tramp stamped across your back. And so now I got to wave a big red foam finger every time he fucks a kid. Yay. See, I don't have to do that. I can call him a piece of shit for not releasing this information. They're both pieces of shit. It's the only thing both parties have been bipartisan on is that the Pentagon needs a bigger budget, and that Epstein acted alone and totally killed himself. So I say free Ghislaine Maxwell. She's in prison for trafficking nobody to no one, okay? According to the government, the only crime she committed was having that terrible mop haircut looking like Paul McCartney on the Rubber Soul album, which should be illegal, but a misdemeanor at best. So hashtag justice for Ghislaine.
And she did that haircut on purpose. I'll never understand that. Every time I look at a picture, I don't understand. It's like, do you not have mirrors? Are you trying to be a man? I don't get that one.
I think she's actually pretty hot. If you look it up, she's 63 years old. For 63,
I'm just saying the haircut. The haircut doesn't sell anything. I'm with you on the haircut. I'm not focusing on her looks, on her body. Just
it's a silly
fucking haircut.
For sure.
Jake, you look like you're about to pass out mid rant.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm good. Yeah, that's because I got some sun today. But yeah, I am a little bit. A friend of ours opened up a new bar last night. So me and my wife went out. My wife's parents were in town, so we got completely just annihilated at this bar, like we were 27 again. And Jesus,
everybody needs a hobby. All right. Well, we're getting called out. Are we still talking about this Epstein guy? No,
he's making. I was just going to point that out. He's making a reference to what Trump said.
I forgot about that. I did forget that.
And he jumped in. Was like, "Are they still asking about this Epstein guy?" Yeah, it's stupid. They're still talking about the thing that you were yelling about the entire time you
weren't in office.
Yeah. And now that you're also covering up for billionaire pedophiles who gave you a bunch of money while you were running, people are a little peeved about it.
Yes. Well, let's move on. We do have other topics. Your next mayor is getting called out. I didn't realize that. Found a news article from Fox, Fair and Balanced. Resurfaced video shows Zorhan Mamdani. Am I saying it right?
Mamdani.
Yeah. I just said it slowly. Saying domestic violence wouldn't be a priority for the NYPD. catchy headline. First sentence out of the bag. Zorhan once said he didn't believe calling the police was an appropriate response in cases of domestic violence. What? Domestic violence is horrible. You shouldn't call the cops. Is he saying that women should just sit back and take it? No, he's saying what people have said a million times. If someone is jaywalking, someone is surviving, going through domestic violence, there are so many different situations that would be better handled by people trained to deal with those specific situations as opposed to an individual with a gun. This is been a big talking point a million times, like get social workers to help clean up the homeless. I'm not sure if it should go so far as domestic violence. He might be out of that one, but he wasn't saying the headline tries to make it feel like he's belittling domestic, but it's great. It's an attack point. They will
attack this man on everything except for what he fucking ran on. It's hilarious. It's ridiculous. They go, Zorhan Mamdani is a communist. He's a communist and he's a terrorist. He's an Islamic extremist and he's woke. He's into woke gender ideology. You know, he's one of those woke Islamic terrorists. You know what I mean? My pronouns are he/they, and I will murder any woman with her hair showing. You know what I mean? Like he's one of those apparently.
But trans women can't compete in biological women's sports. I'll murder any woman, but a trans, that's the woke. It's the woke extremist.
Here's the thing: even if as somebody who lives in New York, even if all of those things that they said about him are true, which they are not, I still hate the price of rent in this city more than all those things combined. I don't care if that dude came out holding hands with Kanye West in Klan ropes. Okay. If he says he's going to lower rent, I'll be like, I don't like everything about what this man's saying, but God damn it, I pay $3,000 a month to live in a little 2-bedroom. And you must be thinking, wow, Jake, the place must be immaculate and you must be very, very rich. I am not. And no, it's not. It's something needs to be done. I care way more about the cost of living in this city in terms of rent and stuff than I ever did about the price of eggs. That whole time people were going ape shit about the eggs are through the roof. I don't spend $3,000 a month on eggs. Okay. So do something about the rent. That's all I care about. I am a one issue voter. If you hammer that.
Oh, fuck me in the face. That's I can't.
Although I'm also old school, I could never vote for a mayoral candidate without nipple rings. So I had to go Cuomo.
Dave Landau. I was trying to remember. There was a comedian that had a great joke. I'm not going to even try and do it justice, but Dave Landau had a great joke. Someone said, "Why are you so concerned about the price of gas? It's like $2.78, whereas orange juice or milk is $3.78, and milk is whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't buy 20 gallons of milk 3 times a week. Right. That's why I don't care." I was like, That was a great comment.
Well, and the price of gas makes everything kind of more expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because shipping and
all of that.
Yes. Well, back to this. It's funny because you keep going down the article because after the hook and it's apparently the police department responded to more than 100,000 domestic violence incidents in 2024. So what he's saying, the argument has always been, if you can get trained social workers that can get in there and maybe they need police backup or they will call for police backup if it's necessary. But the idea that that everything, homeless people, that should always first call the police, that's the argument, is that you have to do something else first. And it's not a bad argument.
It's not. No, that's.
I'm actually wait. One more second. I actually think that the Republican candidate, the former guardian angel, he's probably making the same argument. Call the guardian angels, not the police.
That's true. Call the guardian angels, and they will fake beat themselves up, and then beat up a guy who they pretended beat them up.
Yeah, I want to see that SS worker telling the husband to better put down the frying pan. Geez, now we're bringing Nazi Germany into this. Now we're bringing social services. Yeah, no.
But that's the thing. I have been trained to de-escalate the situation. Stop hitting your wife.
Stop hitting her now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a bad example. Like I'm with them for the nonviolent stuff. But this is a violent one. So I honestly, that to me is like, oh, that's a guy who just misspoke and sounded dumb. And honestly, even if he did try to enact that, the first social worker that takes a brick to the side of the head, they're going to go, oh, yeah, maybe we could use some of those Nazi cops we hated so bad. Maybe
right, exactly.
It's not going to,
because de-escalation always works great in role-playing and scenarios, but when you show up at the apartment and the guy's drunk, your all your little play training goes out the fucking window.
I've said it before, man. It's a liberal city, it's a progressive city, but there's only so far left a city like New York will go on the crime stuff, just because of how tightly packed everybody is together here, and the fact that we all commute together on the trains for the most part, right? Yeah. So I know I've used this example before, but like people out west, like I've seen articles and I've heard people I know say to me like, oh no, these people that live in the tents, these homeless people, they're for one thing, they're unhoused. How dare you use the H word against them? It's like, are you guys getting them houses? No, but we gave them a different name. That's just as good. Oh, great. So they're doing well. But they go, oh, well, it's mostly working people who like their families that live in these tents because the rent's too high and shit like that. Whereas like, yeah, but they're just driving past them. We actually kind of sit with the homeless people on the trains, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of problems that, you know, rent is a huge problem. I was just talking about it. I won an election because rent's so high.
Mental illness is a problem.
Yeah. There's a lot of mental illness and drug addiction that, I mean, you get a vibe off. Most of homeless people they're nice enough people. They don't always smell the best, but they kind of keep to themselves. Every now and then you'll see a really crazy one. But for the most part, they just kind of keep to themselves. You know, they're dressed like shit. They don't smell great, but like you get a vibe. You're like, oh, this wasn't because rent went too high. Like this wasn't because the minimum wage is too low. I'm for lowering the rent, raising the minimum wage. I'm for all the programs. I'm for all of that. But just sitting there going, oh no, man, just let him OD on the fucking train. That's the kind-hearted progressive thing to do. Like that's not. You know, oh, he's shitting himself because he's living his best life. He identifies as a guy with
irritable bowel syndrome.
That's right.
IBS.
That's right. You got to let him do it. And it's like, no, that's not the kind-hearted thing to do. He's got fucking problems, you know?
This has nothing to do with anything. I meant to bring it up a lot earlier, but you said politically correct, or, you know, I just found out today, I just found out that we're not supposed to, and this goes back to Epstein is what I meant to say. We're not supposed to say committed suicide anymore. We're supposed to say died by suicide. I don't remember what the reasoning is, but died by suicide is apparently less judgmental. Like, I guess the example I was given is you don't say they committed diabetes, they died from diabetes. And I'm like, okay, we're splitting hairs here, but apparently that's the new thing. The new thing is died by suicide as opposed to committed suicide.
Wait, but they're still dead, right? And that kind of... This is a whole, oh no, they're not homeless, they're unhoused. Well, they're still ODing in a tent, right? So it's still not great, no matter what you want to call it. I got a comment. Jake looked like General Burkhalter from Hogan's Heroes. I'm honestly, I don't think I've ever seen Hogan's Heroes. Like I know of it. And now
Hogan.
Dude, I'm sorry, I don't get your old man references from the film era. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, that was a classic.
But goddamn it, I got to Google this guy.
Werner Klemper, I believe his name was. I think his name was Werner Klemper.
God,
what was I going to say?
The actor's name and everything.
Oh, I did a video on people saying unalived as opposed to dead or committed suicide, and I got a comment from someone who said, "I agree with you 100%. My son isn't unalived. He's dead. He committed suicide. Words matter." And it's like, if a mom can come forward and say that to fucking Gen Z pussies that want to say unalived.
This is not flattering at all. I just Googled that guy. I'm more
Google Werner Klemper. I think, Burkhalter might be the wrong one. If I did Klink. But I think didn't Jake look more like Werner Klemper because he's bald and he has I did Klink. I did Colonel Klink.
I could take Colonel Klink. He looks like he used to fuck a lot when he was young. Sure. Not that Burkhalter guy. I take great offense. I'm more offended to be compared to that man's physicality than the fact that he's wearing an SS uniform. I would rather be wearing an SS uniform than look like that guy, wearing a smiley face shirt.
Oh, I like that Paul called me out on doing Clink and that I got it wrong, but I couldn't. That was the only one I could think of. I haven't seen it in so long that I just automatically, went straight to Clink. I couldn't remember Burkhalter.
Now, compared to that last guy, that's a Nazi who fucks. All right, I don't like everything he does, but that's a Nazi who fucks. She'd like to see his Heil. What's up?
Well, either way, I was just going to say that Mondavi's his campaign's over. His career has ended because he said something years ago on a podcast that's resurfaced. And of course, I saw it in there. It was one of those conservative leaning Washington Free Beacon. Conservatives, all they do is then they dig through everything. They have people that go through and listen to every single podcast and read every article so they can pull quotes out and say, he said this, and then take it out of context, which is, that's what happens when you.
Again, if I don't care if all of the horrible things they're saying about the man even were true. You got to address the rent thing. I'm telling you, rent is so crazy in this city that I will overlook anything. The man could eat a live baby on TV, and I'd be like, there's ups and downs, there's good things and bad things. He's not perfect.
If I beat up some dude, did I kick his ass or did I unsafely hug the guy? These are questions we have to ask in these modern times.
That's true.
Both if you do it right.
I like it. I like it.
All right, one more story.
Yeah, it's that's the thing is if you're going to sit there and
struggle.
Snuggle struggle is actually the name of my favorite porn site. It gets weird.
I'd never heard that before. A snuggle that actually could be used as a politically correct term for the horrible act.
But even when they do talk about his economic stuff, they go so overboard. They're like, he's a full-on Marxist. He's a communist. Trump said he might have to overtake New York with the federal government if they elect the communists. And then you listen to the guy's ads. It's like, I just think rent's too high. I want to bring rent down. I want to make transportation cheaper and childcare cheaper. And it's like,
what we talked about.
Marxism. That's Marxism to you people?
I don't want to talk about it again, but we talked about, like, you have so many apartments sitting empty because they get tax breaks. If he just literally says, if you have an empty apartment, you must rent it, that would be enough.
Right. They need to do a lot to get these apartments filled, to bring the prices down, to do all of that. And no, it's not communism. You know what I mean? It's trying to get the fucking rent cheaper. Like, and even if it was, you said, well, it's socialism, it's communism. It's like, bro, rent is insane. All the shit you're talking about is the way it's been going, and it's crazy expensive. So we need to do something different, All
right, two quick things. One, Elon Musk created his own political party. Man, just how many months ago did he walk away? Was it just 1 month since he left the administration? May 30th. And here we are in July. So just over a month, July 5th, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom.
I thought it was called apartheid. I thought he named it apartheid. I'm sorry. No, that's just where he got his money. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Should we create the America Party? The poll on Twitter, which garnered more than 1.2 million votes, resulted in a 65.4% of respondents voting yes. Then he has to poll by a factor of 2 to 1. The poll, where was it? I can't get to the question. Either way, it's gonna fail like any other. He's
not doing it to succeed. Honestly, I think he's doing it just to
poke at Trump, just to piss him.
Yeah, because if you think about it, who's this third party going to take voters from? Not a ton of Democrats. It's going to be mostly Republicans doing it. And there's not going to be a ton, but there's going to be enough that it could sway swing districts Democrat in the midterms, just like Ross Perot in the 90s.
That's what I was trying to think. I was going to say it was like the big-eared guy that that's a big sucking sound from NAFTA. Yeah, I couldn't think of Perot's name.
He's pissed off because, it goes back to earlier when I was saying that, the president only makes so much, but it costs a fuck ton to get him elected, right?
Yeah.
Well, This is just because of that. It's not because of his big, beautiful bill. It's not. I mean, that's part of it.
Well,
but it's not
part
the
of
main
it's
reason.
the loss. It's the tax rebates for electric cars. He's pissed about that. He is.
Well, yeah, but that kind of happened after the break. So I think what's going on is this, right?
Well, that was a poke after the break. It was like he
Right.
you know, they got in a fight, and so Trump was like, I'm going to give you a little fuck you,
Right.
and this is his fuck you back.
Well, you called him a pedophile. People get upset about that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I hate being called the P word. I mean, that last guy just called me a fat, ugly Nazi, and I still take that over pedophile. But no, like what I'm saying is, like, with the billionaires who donate to the politicians, and this is why I think that elections should be publicly funded. And I know, you go, oh, but that's it's taxpayers' money. Yeah, I would rather have them working for us than the billionaires, because here's the thing: if you donate $10, $100, $1,000, even maybe a little more, if you're rich, that is a donation because you care about the candidate and you like their policies. Once we get up in the millions, that's not a donation anymore. That's an investment. You're getting something for that. That's not like, oh, I like his stance on abortion. That's also like, yeah, you're going to give me some of them government contracts. You're going to do something. Now, it might, especially on the right, it might be literally as simple as, I'm the Koch brothers and I just want the tax cuts these people are going to do. But you know, if they donate, especially to certain people, they'll get things that help their companies as well, i.e. government contracts, policy changes, things like that. So if you're Elon Musk and you spent just shy of $300 million getting Trump elected, you spent almost $300 million on his campaign and doing different things for him, you should get to fuck his wife. You know what I mean? You should get to fuck the first lady. Not only do I get to decide everything that happens in government, I get blown by the first lady and the ex-first lady. I get blown by his exes. You know what I mean? I should get to fuck Trump's daughter if I spent $300 million on that.
I was going to say, I don't know that Melania is that warm, and I think she'd be an ice cold fuck. I think she's very mechanical. I don't think she'd be
for $300 million. I should get to find out. I'll bring a space heater. If I spent $300 million, so this guy is now, he spent all this money on Trump, and Trump is now the most powerful man in the world. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and they're both egomaniacs. They're button heads. I guarantee you, man, it's not just about that bill. It's something happened before that, and he's using the bill to be like, this is going to be what I'm going to claim is the reason, and I'm going to try to galvanize his base against them, or at least enough that it's going to fuck up some swing districts in the midterms, because I think he didn't get his way on a bill, or it might be as simple as Trump's just not showing him enough respect. Elon Musk made some shitty autistic joke while he was high on ketamine, and Trump didn't laugh. And then Trump said something, and all the cabinet people did laugh, and he was like, "Fuck you," And I think it could be something as simple as that just got under his skin. And or vice versa,
It's probably both. You take the two biggest egos on the planet; they're going to butt heads,
right? And it's like, dude,
I think I said this. It was
$100 million on you.
I think it was. It was kind of like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. The instant we saw they were in love, we all knew it was going to end. The same with Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, Elon Musk and Trump. We all sit back and go, "Oh yeah, this is not going to last." Even though it's so passionate up front. Oh, we're both stupid and unique and egomaniacs, and of course it just explodes. It's a supernova.
I mean, if you look at the guy's numbers from last time, I think like 40 out of his 44 total cabinet
did not endorse
members
him,
that he had throughout the time, because he went through a lot of them, they did only 4 out of 44 endorse him. So if you go like, well, what are the odds? This is like Squid Game numbers, you know what I mean? Like him actually making it the entire 4 years, right? These are like Squid Game odds. So I think we all knew, probably just because of that reason alone, he wasn't going to make it the 4 years. I don't think anybody expected it to happen this quick or this fiery. This is wildly entertaining, dude. Trump was doing Tesla commercials like 2 months ago on the White House lawn. It's fucking crazy.
We should buy one. All right, final thing. Jake, we've talked about this in the past. These stupidest things apparently piss people off. Well, I managed to
I feel like I'm extra pissed off today.
No. I'm just saying what things you and I do piss people off. I apparently pissed someone off last week, and I don't have it in front of me. I could pull it up and read it, but it doesn't matter. when I was last week, we opened with me talking about having been to Cedar Point, the roller coaster park. I said we got early access. There was nothing open. We went and waited in line. We nothing opened at 10 when the park opened. At 10:15, the first roller coaster opened, and at 10:30, they put out the closed for maintenance sign on the roller coaster we had been. A guy tore into me, said I was a stupid asshole and didn't know how to use Cedar Point because yes, rides open at 9 a.m. You're stupid. You don't know how to park. I just want to respond to him. I told him I'd respond this week. I said, oh, great. Now we have something to talk about next week. So I hope he's fast forwarding through looking for the response. That's why I put it at the end because, I just didn't want to shoot your load up front, want to make him work for it. But
that's right.
Guy that hates me for not knowing how to do Cedar Point, I have a secret for you. They have this thing called an app. They have a Cedar Point app, and it shows you which rides are open and which rides are closed. So if you get in at 9 a.m., and walk around the park and nothing is open and you decide to go to the roller coaster Steel Vengeance that is all the way at the back of the park, you have walked by every closed roller coaster and are looking at an app that's saying this one's not open. So at 10 a.m. when you're looking like, hey, why isn't mine open? And you see there's nothing open. Yeah, it's called technology. Yes, we were making fun of technology up front and saying AI is stupid, but the app is pretty accurate. When Cedar Point says this ride is closed, so yeah, I don't know how to do Cedar Point because I went in early and didn't get on any rides. They were all closed, dumb fuck. I was there. You weren't.
That's right. I will not be gaslit. I will not let my co-host be gaslit by a goddamn Cedar Point truther. That's the worst kind of conspiracy theorist there is.
Oh, Jake, I love you, buddy. Standing up for me. That means
That's
a lot.
right.
Look at this. I'm doing this. Jake's standing up for me.
That's right.
All right.
All right. Here's the thing. I'm not saying I necessarily always have faith in Nathan's ability to do things the right way.
You rip on me 90% of the time. You take an opposing point of view.
That's it. That's it. I have never even jokingly accused Nathan of being dumb enough to walk through a park of open rides going, I think they're all closed. Like, why would he even bring it up? Why would he even bring it up? Is he being paid? Is he being bribed by Disneyland and Six Flags to be like, listen, you're a podcaster or an influencer. Here's $100,000 to tell him that Cedar Point blows goats. Do it.
You're going to get your $50,000 next week, Jake. I promise for your cut.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. I will stand for Cedar Point for so much less.
Todd's taking off. We're taking off. You tell me, Nathan. Rich, you didn't leave that comment, Rich. You tell him. There we go. You got it. Rich said, you tell me. I'm like, you didn't rip. You tell him. All right. I have been Nathan Timmel. I can be found at nathantimmel.com. My website has links to my YouTube special, Unapologetic. It has links to my Amazon store where I sell books and CDs. As someone pointed out up front, I was overpaid by Amazon this month by 14 cents, and they actively sent me a note saying, we are going to take 14 cents out of your royalties next month because we overpaid you. That was great. Have a good week yourself, Rich.
Yeah, have a good week, everybody.
And my T-shirt store is also available. So Jake can be found @ the what is that, number 2, hold down shift and press number 2 @ Jake Vevra on all social media. He has his own YouTube channel where he has his special Unalived by Dog Pills. Jake is on TikTok now. Even if you don't like using TikTok, go and follow him. We're trying to get him to 1,000 followers so we can go live on TikTok at the exact same time we go live on YouTube. We'll just set our phones behind our computers. That's about it. So thanks for tuning in. And I don't know what it's people vote quick in the comments. Do you like us doing Sunday nights, Jake? Does this work for you? I don't know. People getting ready for bed.
It's not necessarily always, but it's kind of
thanks for the laughs.
It should work most weeks. I don't
maybe we'll go back to Saturdays. I don't know because like we've been all over the place. But man, Sunday night, if we're all settled in,
not bad. I can run past the missus.
Yeah. Run it past the missus.
She does work at night sometimes, but yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll talk.
All right. Well, we're still trying to settle in on a definitive. This is where these guys are this week at this time. But this is where we were this week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a good week.
Epstein was murdered by Cedar Point truthers because they're all pedophiles.